Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, I just tried to go live a few seconds ago, man. The shit cut off, so hopefully this works. If not, I might try to go live again tomorrow, man. But I wanted to talk about the Joey Dawekjo versus Andre Fedosov fight. And before I get to that, though, man, I really, I really wanted to. Give me a second. Let me find some tunes to listen to. Give me a second, man. Let me see here. Capone Noriega. I'll roll with that. I'll roll with Capone Noriega for right now. But look, man. Uh, so most of you know that's been following me for some years here on YouTube. You guys know I own my own little business, cleaning business, carpets, windows, and if I can win some bids on offices, I'll clean offices. So right now, I won a bid on the office. I've been cleaning it since about middle of August at night after hours. So anyways, I'm in there, doing my usual thing. I got my headphones on. And there's usually a dude in there all the time. Eventually we just started talking over the last few weeks. We talk about, NFL and the NBA. So out of nowhere yesterday, no bullshit, man. And you guys, for those of you that are hardcore fans, you guys know how it is when you when you meet somebody that also watches boxing, or at least knows some of the fighters, right? It's almost like you can't believe it damn near, right? So out of nowhere, I'm thinking he's about to ask me about like the Lakers or something, the LeBron James, something like that, something we usually talk about. I swear, out of nowhere, the dude was like, took my headphones off because I could tell he was trying to say something to me. So I took my headphones off, or one of my earpieces, and he was like, who do you think's gonna win that fight between Wilder and Tyson Fury? First of all, he called him Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So we got to talk about the fight. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. I started breaking it down to him. Come to find out, he's more of an MMA fan. You know what I mean, when it comes to combat sports. But it was good to talk to another boxing fan just out of nowhere like that. Shit was crazy. The dude ended up telling me that his father passed away some years ago, and he was like, a fight that he remembers because him and his father watched it together was the Tyson versus Lennox Lewis fight. I got about 12 years on this guy. You know what I mean? So he's a little younger than me. But anyways, so we're talking about Wilder and Fury. Started breaking down their styles, and he was saying Wilder's got a lot of power. He looks awkward as hell, but he has a lot of power. But then he was like, and then who's the other guy? That big light skinned dude. I knew who he was talking about, but I was laughing on the inside, man. Just listen to a casual, call Deontay Wilder, Dante Wilder, and then refer to Anthony Joshua as the big light skinned dude. It was just fucking hilarious to me, man. But I was like, who, Anthony Joshua? He was like, yeah. He's like, man, that dude can fight. I like the way he can throw combinations. He looked more like of a traditional boxer. And I was like, yeah, you're right. He does have that traditional boxer stance and keeps a high guard and all that type of thing, So I just thought that was fucking hilarious, man, because usually I have to come online to fucking talk to boxing fans. I mean, it's rare. Like my father, my uncles, I got a few, but it was just funny for this guy to bring up boxing. And the last weeks we've been talking about just the NBA and NFL. But like I said, he's a combat sports guy, so he just been seeing that news, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like I know we go back and forth. A lot of the fans here in the States go back and forth with fans from across the world about this fight, and if it's a popular fight and nobody knows, man, people know about this fight. Now, it's a fight. I'm not saying this fight could have been in Cowboy Stadium and sold 100,000. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is people do know about this fight, and this shit is very popular right now, man. People, are talking about this shit. You know what I mean? So it is a big deal here, so please don't be fooled and think that, nobody knows about the fight and all that type of shit. People do know about this fight. You know what I mean? It's a big fight, man. You got two undefeated guys in there. You know what I mean? So I just thought that shit was funny as hell, man. Man, I thought that shit was funny as hell. Deontay Wilder and the big light-skinned dude. Like, that shit was just hilarious to me. But I did not get a chance to check out the really I hope they televise, but it's just stylistic. I think it's a really good fight. Fedosov is a guy that he had been ranked. I don't have the damn rank in front of me, man, but he had been ranked, lower, like between 10 and 15, I believe, by the WBA. But he had been in the rankings. Maybe he still is. I haven't looked at the rankings in a couple of days, but maybe he still is. Well, actually, I did earlier when I did the Joseph Parker video, but I didn't notice. I didn't see his name. But anyways, style-wise, it's a good fight. Both of these guys' last loss, ironically, is to Bryant Jennings. Fedosov last loss was, 2013 when he fought Jennings. I watched that fight. I actually did a post-fight video to that one. And Dawekjo's last loss was also to Bryant Jennings. I did a post-fight video on that one as well. Crazy, man, because Dawekjo's a short guy, 5'10". So is Fedosov. He's not really a tall heavyweight. He's about 6'1". He likes to come forward. He'll put up the high guard. His favorite punch to throw, and I think is his best punch, is his left hook. I remember watching a Boxino tournament on ESPN, and he knocked out a dude named Nate Heaven with a left hook. You know what I mean? Seen him fight Mario Heredia, same thing, left hooks. When he was fighting Jennings, he was trying to dig left hooks. You know what I mean? So he's a left hooker. Fedosov is. I always wanted to see Fedosov against like Andy Ruiz Jr. or Dominic Brazil or somebody like that, man. Dude got pretty heavy hands. He likes to come forward, likes to throw. I know the last time I checked, he was out there in Cali, man, training with Freddie Roach. I know Freddie Roach got a lot on his plate. Well, at least I know he was at the wild card. I'm not sure if he was with Freddie, but I know he was training at the wild card. But this fight, when I look, I think it's gonna be in Russia. I mean, he's a Russian fighter, but I think it's gonna be in Russia, y'all. So, but Dawekjo, he's not gonna be intimidated by this guy's power, man. He's been in there with look at these motherfuckers walking on the highway. They car must broke down. They tripping. This dark, they tripping. But anyways, they could have just got up. Anyways, man, they could have just walked over here. More light over there. But anyways, where was I at, man? Oh yeah, Dawekjo. He's been in there with Amir Mansour, Charles Martin, Jarrell Miller, so he's not going to be intimidated, Joe. Even Derek Rossi. And the success I've seen guys have against him is when they're able to use their range. Usually he's fighting taller guys, 9.9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen Rossi have success is when he was using his jab against Dawekjo. Even Amir Mansour, he didn't come out just trying to go slugfest. He was actually using the jab, moving around a little bit. Jennings, him and Jennings went toe to toe. They got in the trenches. You know what I mean? Jennings got in the trenches with Dawekjo, and both of those dudes were doing some outstanding inside work. Doubling up on the left hand on the inside, doubling up, tripling up on right hands, doubling up on left uppercuts and right hook. I mean, good work. So but Jennings was kind of moving when he was fighting Fedosov a little bit. He was, he was banging a little bit, but he was kind of moving. So it seemed as if he was, maybe he respected Fedosov's power a little bit more. I'm sure Fedosov, I would favor Fedosov to have the power advantage, but Dawekjo to be a short guy like that, man, with a short reach, the dude can box. The dude can actually box, man. He can put down his left jab hand and give you the shoulder and use the jab and throw quick combinations, and he's patient, and he'll parry and move his shoulders and, bend at the waist a little bit. He'll try to box with you. You know what I mean? Fedosov is not going to want to do nothing with boxing. He's going to put up the high guard and charge forward. He'll move a little bit, but he's trying to get in and throw left hooks, overhand rights. He's coming to bang. But Joey, as we know, he will not run away from a fight. And I've seen him get in a situation where it's like, you know what, okay, the guy, I can't really keep this guy on the outside with my hand. Joey's not keeping you on the outside because he has a long reach. It's because he has quick hands, quick reflexes for a big guy. He just has quick hands. Sometimes quickness can just keep you in your tracks. Somebody's hand speed can just make you reluctant to throw. You know what I'm saying? So but I think Fedosov is the type of dude that'll take a few just to get inside, man. So I don't think it's just going to be a jab and a couple quick combinations that's going to keep him off. I think he's going to press Joey, and it's going to be an inside scrap. I think sooner or later they're going to get on the inside and they're going to start scrapping. I think Joey's a little bit more. How can I say? They tripping, man. People do not know how to fucking drive, yo. Joey's a little bit more crafty on the inside with his punch selection. Like I said, he'll be on the inside with you, double up, you know, left hooks to the ribs, then come with an uppercut with a right uppercut to the straight right hand. He's just crafty the way he places punches. Whereas Fedosov is just, you know, left, right, left, right. I mean, he's throwing hard, but left, right, left, right, left, right type of work that he likes to put in on the inside. You know, so I think it's gonna be a hell of a good fight, man. I know it's under the radar. Some of you probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But if you go watch their styles, go watch Dawekjo versus Jennings and watch Fedosov versus Jennings, or Fedosov versus Nate Haven, or any guys that he's fought that you can find fights of on YouTube. It's gonna be a good fight stylistically. Both short guys, you know. And it's funny watching Joey sometime. It's good skill. Joey was a pretty good amateur, man. He won about 12 national tournaments back in his day. You know, so the dude is a tough dude, man. Tough Philly fighter. You know, but the dude can actually box, man. It's just funny watching a guy that small in this division, but he's able to move around and box, though. The dude can move around and box, yo. So I think he's gonna be a good scrap, man. We got some good heavyweight fights coming up on October 6th. Or at least fights that we just want to see, so when the guys that are favorite win, we can see where they go from there. You got you know, Jarrell Miller taking on Thomas Adamek. Even up in Canada, you got a good fight with Simon Keene taking on Dylan Carmen. That's gonna be a good fight. I've already did a video about Keene versus Carmen. I'll probably do another one. And then there's a prospect. What's the dude, man? Qatar Malas, I think he's gonna be in action. The dude that beat Pianata and Kevin Johnson. Yeah. I forgot who he's fighting, man, but I'm gonna look up his opponent, probably do a video on that as well. But yeah, man, just wanted to share that story, man, that, you know, casual fans are picking up on this fight, this Wilder Fury fight. I'm telling you, dude, because that shit last night was so random that this dude rung this fight up, man. I couldn't believe it, man. I was shocked. I was so shocked. You know me, you know, I'm a hardcore fan, so I can sit there and talk for hours, but, you know, dude just knows a little bit. But it was funny that, you know, that he's curious about this, is he said Dante Wilder and Tyson Fury and the big light-skinned dude from the UK. I just thought this shit was funny, man. But I'm gonna be back on tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all showing up. I cannot read the comments right now because I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all showing up, man. I'm gone.